Hey everybody, today we're talking about the happiest little duet I've ever played and grade 2 tuned percussion solo, Summer Sunshine. Now, I've called it a duet and a solo. It's a solo in the sense that you have one main part, but it is written as a duet for 2 tuned percussionists, which makes this a lot of fun because you can play this with your friends, you can swap parts, and you can play it on the same instrument. There's a couple of spots where you might have to move your body to make sure you guys can play together, but you can totally play it on one instrument. The other thing I'll address really quickly is that I'm playing today on a marimba, and maybe your school has a marimba, maybe it doesn't, but a marimba is similar to a xylophone in the sense that it's made of wood and it's got all the pitches, but it is a lower range, okay? It's a much lower range. The xylophone would start here and move up even further, but we get to go all the way down. Really quite low on this one, all right? And I've chosen to play on this because I think it sounds quite nice for the duet aspect of it, but if you only have a xylophone or a glockenspiel to play on, totally fine, you can do that as well. Now, let's start as we always do. We're gonna start by checking out the key signature. And that is the thing that tells us if we have sharps or flats and what they're going to be, and then indicates what key we're in. All right? Right next to the treble clef, you can see we've got 2 little flats there. One is on the B line, E, G, B, and one is on the E space, F-A-C-E. And that tells me that throughout the piece, every time I see a B, I'm going to play a B flat. No matter where the B flat is written, okay? Same as the E, that can either be on the space or the line. It doesn't matter. If I see an E, I'm gonna play an E flat, all right? Now you're working on your scales, which is fantastic. I know you are, because you're in grade 2. And you already know that 2 flats indicates B flat major, and if you said that, then you'd be correct. This piece is most definitely in B flat major. You can hear it when we start playing. And of course, we have that little trick. Doesn't always work, but we check out the last measure, see what notes are being played. And of course, if you look between the 2 players, you're playing a B flat major chord to finish the piece. Now, the next thing we check out is the time signature. We're pros at time signatures. This one is in 4/4. The top note tells us how many beats we have per measure, 4, and the bottom note tells us what kind of notes those are going to be. And in this case, 4, a fourth of something, is a quarter. 4 quarter notes per bar, or 4 crotchets per bar, okay? Now let's check out anything that the composer has written that helps us understand how we should feel when we play this piece, all right? Because playing music is all about communicating something. And most of the time it's a feeling or a picture of something, okay? And our composer, Alan Bullard, writes the word upbeat, all right? I already said this is the happiest piece I've ever played, and upbeat is certainly a happy feeling. Upbeat, you kind of got a little jive to your walk. You're kind of dancing up and down. And the title of the piece is called Summer Sunshine. I don't know what's more happy than a summer sunshine, skipping down the road, feeling upbeat. I think that's a really great thing to take into this piece. You can't play this piece and not smile, I promise. The other thing our composer gives us is a quarter note equals 1/12. That tells us how fast we're feeling. That certainly feels upbeat to me. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? That gives us a really good indication of how fast we need to go. All right? Now, let's go ahead and dig through this piece, check out, see if there's any other instructions. I like to go measure by measure, just so that we make sure there's nothing that will throw us for a loop when we start to play. Starting off at the beginning, we are forte, and the word brightly is written, okay? Brightly, another good indication of upbeat and summer sunshine and feeling good. We're gonna play forte up until measure 5. We're gonna settle back down to piano. We're gonna lower our stick heights and stay really relaxed and make a nice crescendo over 2 bars to forte. Okay, really loose hands. Again, measure 9, we're back to piano, and there's something written next to that, and it is espress with a period, which is short for espressivo. And espressivo is an instruction to be expressive when you play. So you can be a lot more fluid with this one. Feel like you can move a little bit. It's quite nice because the second player is playing these rolls. And that gives you the freedom to be a little bit more fluid with your phrase. So, okay, and you'll notice in bar 10 what we have there is what we call a hairpin crescendo. I've never worn hairpins, so I don't know, maybe that's the way they're shaped. But a hairpin crescendo is when you crescendo and then decrescendo immediately following it. So we're going to really exaggerate that in order to make sure we get the espressivo feeling. And then you're going to return to piano. Okay, measure 13. We are mezzo piano, so we're going to step that up a notch, all right? We were piano, and now mezzo piano. Just a slight little step up and make sure it feels a little more confident. Again, hairpin, which is a crescendo followed by a decrescendo. And then we're going to crescendo to forte, and then you and your second player are going to play that chord on beat 3 right together. Now this is the spot, if you are playing together, that you're going to have to trade some notes, or you're going to have to get really fancy with your hands, okay? But you're playing this chord, so you could steal one of your friend's notes and make sure that you play these 2 notes and they play these 2 notes. They'll play the F and A, you play the C and E flat. But that's only if you're playing on the same instrument. Moving on, in measure 17, we are back to brightly, cruising through. Measure 21, mezzo forte with a little crescendo to forte. And then we're going to finish the piece, 25 and 26, in fortissimo. Now, fortissimo, of course, is very strong, but it does not mean that we're going to hit the instrument harder. It does not require muscles to play louder. It requires stick heights, all right? So we're just going to simply raise our stick heights. We're going to stay super loose. Okay? You can pull these sticks right out of my hands. I'm just saying super loose, and we're just playing from a higher stick height. Now, we're going to go ahead and jump into our play along, and afterwards, of course, I'll count you in. You can play with the performance tempo, but I think we're ready to start with our little slow play along. Okay, let's get started. There's a couple of things I want to address before we play, and that's that we're going to make sure we focus on playing in the middle of the bars. Okay, and we're going to avoid what we call stacking. Stacking is like this, where we're on top of the keyboard here. We're playing on the opposite side. What we're going to do is lift and play right in the middle. The next thing I really want to address is a beautiful rhythm that often gets overlooked and exists in this piece. And the first time we see it actually is in measure 3, but I'm going to have a look at measure 10. So please have a look at measure 10. What we have there, that rhythm is a dotted quarter 16th rhythm, or a dotted quaver semiquaver, all right? And what often happens with that is it becomes really lazy. But that's not what's written, actually. It's actually written, right? It's actually the first of 4 16th notes and the last. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1, a 2, a 3E and a 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Right? Da, ga, da, ga, da. So let's be really careful to make sure that we stay true to that rhythm. Keep it short. Okay? Don't let it become lazy. Fantastic. We're going to play along now quarter note equals 92. All right, we're gonna go super slow. Just count through this and make sure that we know what we're doing, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, piano. Rest. Rest, forte. 4 and 1, 2, piano. Hairpin. Piano. 2, mezzo piano. Crescendo, surprise brightly. 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 1, a 2, 4, mezzo forte, rest. 1, 2, 3, and 1, a 2, a 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, relax. Fantastic. That is a lot of fun to play. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find a friend that will play it with you. We'll have one more play along. I'll count you in and you can play along at performance tempo, and I'll be your duet partner in Summer Sunshine. All right? Hope you're having fun. Talk to you later. See ya. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play.